Hello everybody, another beer review from me, Dean. We're doing another Yank one tonight. We've got an American company who are big. I've had one of their beers before. The Brooklyn Brewery, I've had their Brooklyn Lager, which is quite nice. A bit like an IPA. But this is their black chocolate stout. And it's an imperial Russian stout. Well, I say Russian, it's the style is just known as imperial stout because they were brewed years ago, for years ago. For like the Tsar's court in Russia, that's what they call imperial stouts, and they tend to be strong because they had to survive overseas, so they had to be preserved. So this is a very strong stout. This is 10% ABV, hence the small bottle. So this is going to be a really thick, black, heavy stout. I've never had this one, so it's called black chocolate stout. It doesn't actually contain any chocolate whatsoever. It's just because of the character that it evokes. You know, the smell, taste. Because the malts they use 6 varieties, I think. Yeah, 6 varieties. And black malts, chocolate malt, and roasted malt. They just call that because of the colour and the. You know, it's nothing to do with the actual containing chocolate, because it doesn't. So we're just going to crack this one open. It's not bottle conditioned, obviously, so I'm going to. Oh, the hell's that? Picked up some wool there with my bottle open. Somebody's been doing some knitting. That was the computer in the background then, loading back up again because I'm trying to sort something out on it. It's a bit complicated. Right, if you heard that. Right, anyway, just a plain, can't tell, is that silver under the light? Yeah, silver I think. Bottle cap, just says a B on it, Brooklyn Brewery, their logo, Curdy B. 10% ABV, black chocolate stout. Extra strong stout. Whew, that smells dark. You get a bit of a really dark chocolate smell. That's just the character of the beer. Like I say, it doesn't contain any chocolate, it's just the heavily roasted malts and the black malts, and then obviously they use chocolate malt. Oh man, that is thick and black. Pull the rest of that out shortly. Try and keep the head down when I'm... Right, well the colour is black. Next. I mean, it's literally just black, you cannot see through that whatsoever, not even up to the light. That is thick black and nothing else. It's like tar. And it's nice thick off-white head. It looks very, very creamy. It's got a few... It's not that tight, it's quite loose. But it does stick a little bit there, a bit of lacing. So the look is just really, it's a really plain look. It's like an off-white, coffee-coloured mocha sort of head. And just a thick black body. That's it, it's just black. Nothing much to say about that. Ooh, I get a bit of hop there. I mean, these things are quite heavily hopped, I think, to survive the journeys overseas and preservation things, but so it's going to be quite bitter. You do get dark cocoa in there, almost like a savoury, meaty sort of smell. I'm not trying to put you off. I don't mean that in a bad way. It doesn't smell icky or anything like that. It smells really nice, deep and dark. Bit of vanilla in there with the creaminess, but it's just thick, dark. Roasted, so it smells burnt. Ooh, man, very, very dark fruit. There's that cliche again, dark fruit, sort of figs, dates, sort of smell. Ooh, have a nose on that. Give it a swill in the nose. Is that a bad or a interesting?
Sounds like chocolate and whiskey.
Chocolate and whiskey?
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. It's got that dark black chocolate smell. I guess the whiskey, because it contains a lot of alcohol for a bit, it's 10%, so you get that warming alcohol smell. So I can see what you mean by whiskey. It doesn't actually smell like whiskey per se, but it's...
Yeah, it does.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, different people can detect different things. I can't get that.
Because you can't smell it.
Sure. It's definitely an alcoholic, spirity sort of smell. Thick, dark fruits, roasted, burnt, and a bit of sweetness. That's what you get from this, and it's a really fruity, although not too overpowering, it's definitely a deep smell. Let's get the rest of that in. I want to get a fairly big head here. I mean, you can see as I'm pouring it just looks like syrup. It's really, really thick. This is heavy, this is going to weigh heavy, this, so take your time on this. Not only will you get a bit piddled if you drink this too quickly because it's 10%, but you'll probably feel fairly sick because it's heavy. You need to take your time with this one. Wow. I'm just going to go ahead and dive in there. That tastes incredible. Serving temperature, this is just slightly off room temperature. I've had it in the fridge for about maybe half an hour, right in the front of the fridge, just to take the edge off it so it's slightly cooled. Because when you get stouts, especially big, strong, dark ones like this, imperial ones, do not by any means serve them chilled in any way, shape or form. They just want to be slightly, not even cool really, just slightly off room temperature. That is thick. Go to my review of Guinness Foreign Extra, not Foreign Extra, a Special Export Stout, and how much I praise that. This is twice as good. And it's American, so I mean, they do some good beers in America. This is just living proof. Well, you do get a sweetness straight away, and a long, dark, dry finish. You can feel that in your mouth. That is burnt, but it's sweet as well. And it's got quite a syrupy texture, it clings to the inside of your mouth. You can feel the heaviness. You laughing at me?
Yeah.
Oh, she's got subtitles on the TV. Oh, anyway, not distract this because this is a... I'm not surprised they brewed this for the Royal Tsar of Russia. I mean, this is... You get a bit of that dark fruits taste. But if you have like a bar of 80% cocoa chocolate or something like that, that bitterness, that fruity cocoa bitterness that you get at the end, but you can taste the fruitiness. That's what this is giving off, because the character of the beer. But do not drink this too quickly, I'm telling you. And don't drink it with anything else. Don't have it with, I mean, you might have it with a bit of chocolate or something like that, just a little nibble, but don't have this with food or anything like that. It's far too heavy. You just want to kick back on a winter's evening, although we're out of winter now. But I've saved this. This is ideal for recording. This will warm you right up. It's quite drinkable for 10%. I would say alcohol wise it probably tastes more like maybe 7.5%, 8%, but it's 10%. So don't go guzzling this, not only because of the heaviness, but the alcohol will creep up on you because it's highly drinkable. You can taste the alcohol. It's not completely masked, but it doesn't taste like 10%. It just adds to the warmingness. Yeah, have a taste of that. Have a taste. Have it. Wash it around your mouth. Get everything out of it.
That tastes awful.
It tastes awful. In what way awful, do you? I know you're not a beer person, so perhaps to somebody who's not into beers, this might just taste bitter, but...
It tastes like, you know, when you melt chocolate in the microwave and you burn it.
When you melt chocolate in the microwave and you burn it.
It tastes like that.
I suppose in a way I can see what you mean, yeah. Yeah. But it's thick and it's dark chocolatey. And apparently I've got 1 minute left. Yeah, thick and black. You get lots of smells of dark fruits. A bit of vanilla. But you don't taste the dark fruits as much, although you can taste them a little bit. You taste burnt malt, you taste sweetness, it's syrupy and it's a very heavy bodied beer. It coats the mouth and it warms you right through. And it tastes absolutely fantastic. And you get a bit of vanilla in there for the smoothness as well. Although it doesn't contain vanilla, you can get that sort of smoothness coming through the creaminess. So yes, it's highly delectable. This is a luxury beer. So proceed with caution, but highly recommended. Give it a go. Right, folks.